Okay, today is October 27th, 2020. Um, we started off the day in this green channel. Um, and after yesterday, which was a downtrend day, I thought it was going to stay in this green channel, especially, what was this? Okay, so 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we had this sharp drop, got some resistance right here. So this was the overnight lows. Um, and the market broke through those lows very early. So I thought we were going to have a downtrend day. Um, and yeah, you can see this midline price came up, bounced off there. Um, but really, it turned out to be a range day. And once you realized it was a range day, I don't know whoever out there. Once you realize that, uh, it was to me it was pretty easy to trade. So we had these yeah, so we were in this green channel downward. We had prices bouncing off the top. They broke, uh couldn't break above this level. As you can see, it started right here, couldn't break above that, went down, matched these lows over here, went back up to these highs, this double top, I guess, making it a triple top, went down, tried to go higher again, and now we're seeing a big sell off. But right now it's 1:45, so Pacific Standard Time, so 4:45 Eastern Time. So I'm not trading because Mack says don't trade after 2 o'clock his time, which is 12 o'clock my time. Let's take a look at these trades. You'll see, I think I only have two marked long trades today, and that's because I just thought it felt like prices were trying to go lower all day. And after yesterday, a lot of stuff looked like what was happening yesterday. And I'll try and talk about that without getting confusing. So, as I said, we were in this green channel. So I think early on, I drew after this low, I drew the trend line here off those two lows, and I brought it up here off this high. I don't know. I don't think I did. I take this? I don't know if I took this or not. I doubt it. That's a second entry short though, so maybe I did. But yeah, it's a second entry short. I meant to put a label there. Then we come back, confirm this trend line, uh, and then it bounces off the midline. That's why I marked that. I should have marked that as aggressive. This trade right here. Here, let me take the crosshairs off. I marked this trade right here as I should have marked it as aggressive, but I didn't. But it worked. And then we start to see prices move up towards the other side of the trend channel. And I didn't mark this trade. I probably would have marked this trade, although it is only a first entry short. And now I'm seeing this too. Although this is a first entry short, if you had this trend line drawn by then, which you probably didn't, you might take that. Also, now that I'm looking these highs, you might take that off these highs, these matching highs. That's a bearish bar. And there looks like there's room to scalp out between the opening price and this midline. But as I said, I just was only taking oh wait, no, that would be a short too. So yeah, I might take that. But you get a lower high. I marked it as aggressive, but this looked a lot like yesterday, a trade yesterday that made a big move down just like this. So I'm sure some of you caught that move, and it's a lower high. So yeah, especially after yesterday, I would not question anyone who took that. Also, if you're being aggressive and trading longs, you might also take this trade off of that channel. But that trend line really wouldn't have been confirmed yet, so that would only be the second touch, and you can't really get anything off the top so that I didn't draw this trend line off the top of that channel, off of those highs. And then you get a lower high here. I actually took this lower high here, breaks above the channel and closes down here. So I took that. And then we get these lows at the bottom of that channel. We get the break. And honestly, I didn't even see this channel until I was just doing my analysis. I literally took this channel, copied and pasted it, put it right here, and it fit perfectly. Look at those touches. 1, 2, 3. So you get a confirmation. This midline is working. And there's an overshoot here that leads to a break. Move to a new high, or attempt at a new high, and then it goes lower. So that's what I'm noticing about market geometry is, I mean, obviously Mack always says market moves in twos. That is the exact same channel. Okay, that's phenomenal. It's really amazing to see that and see how it's working. Some people might have taken this trade. Look, matching highs almost. So you might be aggressive and take that trade. What is that, like a first, second, third entry? But it really looks like a second entry because we have this leg up and this leg up. So I think I should mark that as aggressive. But I mean, some people, Mack might have marked that as a blue trade, not aggressive. So you get a lower high here. I took that, and that was a great move down. Still didn't know what was going on, though, because this green channel was still, it had just been broken right here, and we didn't get an overshoot. Or, yeah, we didn't get an overshoot, and after the break is what I meant to say. After the break, it didn't go to the bottom of the channel, and it didn't go to the daily lows. So, you know, we might think this might be going higher. I think that's probably why I didn't mark this trade, because we didn't match the lows. So you think, you know, maybe it's going higher. But once we get this higher low, and I remember thinking about this in real time, and I was like, you know, these higher lows, I don't know if I should take it. But I was thinking, just picturing a chart lesson in my head. And this just looked like something that Mack would mark. Especially, look at these matching highs. I think you got to go short there. So we move down, match these lows. So that's when you're probably thinking, okay, this might be a range day, especially once we get this price rejection. And I'm sure you could find a long in here, but I wasn't going long. Like this one really stood out to me. Maybe I should put an aggressive signal right there. It's a matching low, though, to the bar right next to it. I don't know if that means anything. But look, the channel still hasn't been broken. It almost was broken here, and look at that price rejection. So I think if you want to be aggressive and go long, I just wasn't trying to go long. Especially, look, these matching highs, which are lower than this high. But then this channel breaks, move to a new high, and it's at the daily highs, and it goes a little higher. Then we get this strong move down, and then a lower high. I took that trade. Lower high, it moves down. We get this range. This is a second entry short, it says. Okay. I guess I'm going off this low, but this is a new low. First entry. Maybe it's it's kind of like a failed second entry. I don't know about second entry short. This is kind of like a failed second entry, I would say. First entry, second entry, that would be a failed third entry. I don't know, but I think this is not a bad idea, especially on the other side of the EMA. We might be going down to these lows, which we didn't, but you might be thinking that. So I think that's okay to take. Let's see if there was any triple tests or double tests down here. Oh yeah, there's a double test. So I'll mark this one as aggressive too. Over here, you'll see which one I'm talking about. You know, it's going into the midline of that range though, so that's definitely aggressive. But look, it's a double test, almost like a quadruple test because of this, which broke lower, this one that broke a little lower. I would think about that. And I mean, if you did take that, obviously that's It's a great trade, but you know, that is aggressive. And then so look, we get this strong channel up. I marked this. Okay, so higher lows is what I wanted to talk about. Is look, it didn't make it down here to the daily lows, so that's why I didn't take anything in here personally. Get this strong move up, break of a channel, move to a attempt at a new high. It fails to make a new high, so that's why it's a lower high and a failed second entry long. So you might want to take that. And oh wait, no, that's a lower high. That's not the failed second entry long. The failed second entry long comes here, and it's a lower high. I did take this, and yeah, look at this move down. If you manage your runner, get a big move down. I didn't manage my runner. I took what I got, which was one contract at a point, one at 2 points, and one at 3 points. So here, let me move this comment over. Oops. I'm almost done with this. I gotta go. So let me try and finish up. Because a lower high, so if you're trying to get in this move, look, it's clearly a channel working down. So if you want this lower high, take that. This might look like an overshoot if you had your channel at this midline, the lower line at the midline. So this is why I marked this as aggressive, because this looks like an overshoot. But then we get a real overshoot, or at least what I'm interpreting is a real overshoot. Then it stays in the channel for a little bit. Boom, bounces off the lower line, breaks. And yeah, so like I said, okay, that's about it for today. But like I said, once you realize this is a range day, which was probably right about here, you had some nice trades. Very nice trades. So yeah, I'm going to post this on the website. Feel free to give me your feedback.